recording shit.
We are recording
I'm over
shit.
here fucking looking at toys and shit on my phone. We back.
We are.
We're back in living color in person.
We were technically back last week, but I don't count that as being back.
Yeah. When you have to do a Zoom, it doesn't count.
No.
But it does to the number so we can get closer to 52, which is a big number.
52.
Well, technically 51 would be our number now, right? Because of E3. Like, our year anniversary now would technically be on 51.
No, our year anniversary would actually be on 49. Because we started with 3 episodes out the gate, remember?
Oh, shit.
So we're closer. We're actually like almost
Or would
10
it be-
episodes away.
Would it be past 52 then? Because if we did 3 right out the gate, then technically that was 1 week.
I just thought about
So
getting
it
to
would be
52.
55 or something.
All right.
But 54 minus the E3 week. So yeah.
Mid 50s.
Quick math.
You've had to hear our voices for a year.
But yeah, man. It's been a hell of a week. We're still recovering from E3 2021.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on Thursday, hopefully by now the YouTube version of last week's podcast is open because Twitch didn't like me. Besides the fact that I forgot because I was busy with other stuff, and by busy I mean playing games, so whatever.
Playing games like we have to do for this show.
Yeah.
Because all we do is play games.
That's all we do. We don't do anything else. We just play games, and then we talk about it at the end of the week.
I play so many games, let me tell you about the games I play.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
But yeah, Twitch gave me some weird error when I tried to download the VOD from our live Zoom podcast that we did, recapping our top 5. And then I randomly tried yesterday and it let me download it. So
Weird.
it'll be up probably. I'll probably upload it the same day as the next Resident Evil video. So there's that. Sorry for CLD who gets through his Friday morning with that. Apologies.
Yeah.
But it was on Twitch technically, so you could have watched it there.
Also, to be fair, I mean, the highlight of that episode, besides us, of course, was the fact that we were talking to the people in the chat.
Yes.
Other than that, from that episode, you probably could have gotten from if you combined all of the wrap-ups. That was pretty much a wrap-up just with an audience.
Yeah.
With the people live in the chat.
And our special top 5 picks that were probably, off our cuff, just pulling them out of our butt mainly. But we had some people give us their top 5s. I'm not sure if we received any via email this week of new top 5s because we asked you on the live podcast to send us your top 5s. We'll check in the meantime when the intro music is playing.
Yeah, we'll check. We'll figure it out.
But yeah.
See what you guys did.
But yeah, man. Dude, I want to give a shout out to the Glorious Bastards podcast because y'all shouted us out at the end of the last episode. And it was very nice and I appreciate it. But y'all got me through a fucking drive yesterday. And I was down at Hershey, PA with my buddy Evan for his birthday. Thank you for bringing me, Evan, if you're listening.
Happy birthday, Evan.
Yeah, it was a good time. I rode some roller coasters. I hate roller coasters, so that was a thing. I only rode the wooden ones. There's like one in the back that's like thunder and lightning, and it's like 2 that race each other.
You rode the wood.
I rode the wood. And then I rode the mouse one, which was god-awful and terrifying because it just like takes you straight to the edge, and then it's like, oh, you're going to die, but not really. And that's all that ride is.
I remember seeing those as kids and being more scared of those than the actual big giant because it seemed way too jerky. I was like, I'm going to fall off.
This one was very bad. Like, it was to the point where I thought that I was going to die. Like, it felt like the actual cart was like coming off the track more so than usual. So I didn't like it. But that was a thing that happened. And yeah, it was a good day. They had it was funny because I had like this weird realization how like stupid humans are.
Very.
Like they had the log flume there, like like simple log flume.
Yeah.
Theirs just goes
Classic.
up and then comes down. That's all it does. There's not like one of those like Disney Jurassic Park ones where it like takes you through like a little show.
It has little mini drops throughout and everything.
None of that. It's literally just like you're going up, you're coming down. That's it. You waited 4 hours for this. And it's like rows of like 4 people, but like 6 rows. So it's like a huge ass log flume. Mm-hmm. And there's like this bridge at the exit where you go across to like get out. And there's this area on like the concrete where you walk past it where it's a splash zone. And I thought it was like, oh yeah, haha, splash zone, no big deal. Bro, the fucking wave of water that this fucking shoots at people from like, it goes from like where the bridge is, which has like a little bit of water as well, all the way to the back of the walkway. And like that's how much water just gets sprayed on people. So like you got a time walking past that.
That's like, I used to look forward to those as a kid, like seeing that. I want to get splashed by the shit. But I said that. I want to get splashed by the shit.
I rode the wood. You want to get splashed by the shit? I see how it is.
It's a fun park. And I would hate the parks where it wasn't that much. Yeah. It would just be something similar. Like, what are you standing here for?
But the funny part about it is like, I find it funny from 2 points of view of how stupid humans are. How like blissfully happy you are when you see that. Like we literally stood there and watched it for about like 4 or 5 minutes, like about 6 different drops of a cart. And that was like the most entertaining thing without doing a thing that we did the whole day. And I was like, wow, that is insane how simple this is and how entertaining it is.
Right.
And then you see the stupid people that are on the bridge. Now, this bridge, mind you, it goes like up a little bit and then there's like a flat section that goes down a little bit and you get out. In the middle section that's flat, there is like plexiglass, like see-through walls so that you can stand up there and see someone coming down and not get wet. Okay. So, like, you could just stand there and watch and be like, oh, that's cool. The amount of people that I fucking saw stand up there, see that it's coming down, and be like, oh, shit, even though they're behind plexiglass.
Even though they're behind the glass.
And they fucking sprint down this concrete stairway that's like a ramp, actually. I don't think it's stairs. It's just, like, sprinting down it, and, like, there's, like, you know, like heavier set women with like bikinis on, like flopping all around and shit and like holding their tits down. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. One woman like took a full header face plant to the ground. And I'm like, how fucking stupid.
That made my skin crawl just now. Yeah. Thinking about that.
Because she just sprinted. She's like, I don't want to get wet. It's like, first of all, you were just on the ride. Second of all, you're in a bathing suit. Third of all, plexiglass wall. Like, it just made me realize how dumb people are. And it's just a time, man. I was like, man, we really get like simple amusement out of shit. No pun intended me as a human. Amusement park, but like, damn, dude, it was a time to say the least. And then the bastards got me all the way home, so that was great.
I don't want to get splashed behind glass.
Yeah, right. Because you wouldn't.
I know, right?
I don't want to get splashed behind glass, so I'm going to specifically run so I get splashed not in front of glass.
Let me go run to where the water is.
Bro, it was funny as hell. I wanted to play some of the arcade games, but we headed out a little bit early because, you know, it wasn't hot. It was humid yesterday, more than hot. Like, it was a beautiful day, but then, like, out of nowhere, you would just be, like, gasping for air because of how humid it was.
It's supposed to be humid all week. I think it's supposed to rain a lot at the end of the week, so all this humidity is building.
I mean, hey, man, it'll be a warm day all the time. I don't know where I was going with that. My brain, I've had a lot of mental struggles the past couple days.
You sound like a bad weatherman. That's right.
More at 6.
That's right, Philadelphia. It'll be a warm day all the time.
And brain.
You got it.
Sports.
And it's me giving a terrible sports. So,
dude, that was the best part of the Bastards podcast. We were talking about it off mic. Like, the dudes are talking about like the NBA finals, and then they're just like rattling off names like Simmons, Ben, and like I don't know who these people.
Ben Simmons, Sixers.
I don't
know that much.
know, dude. I don't know these people. Like I don't watch basketball. No offense, I find it boring. The only thing that matters in a basketball game is the last 5 minutes. If you really think about it.
It depends on how close the game is.
Most of the time, they're extremely close. And if they're not extremely close, it could have ended in 5 minutes.
All right.
That's just my point of view. I know it's more about the fanfare of it and like being there and seeing it, but like watching it on TV, it's boring to me. They're just rattling off names, and like you're on the mic technically, like you're off to the side, like you're like the side voice, like the overseer, the god of the podcast. And fucking, I'm like sitting there.
I'm tech support on that podcast.
Pretty much. I'm like sitting there and I'm like listening, and like they get done talking about the wedding and like how great that was. And I'm like, oh yeah, this was great. It was a great time. Like reminiscing myself, and I'm like sitting there listening to the sports. I'm like, man, Ant hasn't said anything for a while. And it goes on for like another 10, 15 minutes. And then all I hear is, oh, I'm back. What are we talking about? Like, I figured I'd leave you guys down here. I'm like, you motherfucking left.
I did.
But it was funny as shit, man. It's a good podcast. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to them. They're very fun. The Glorious Bastards podcast. They'll be recording here tomorrow, you said?
Yeah, they'll be back tomorrow. Yeah.
I like your podcast a lot, guys.
That was they were making fun of me when I got back because I had just tweeted that the week before. Mm-hmm. Where I was just like, Ben Simmons, am I right? And I just went #sports basketball emoji.
Dude, I tweeted under that with the Save Before Quitting account. Yeah, it's the dude that turns into the orange rock monster from Fantastic Four, right?
I was like, yes, precisely. That is exactly who that is.
Which was also funny because, like, I'm like, I definitely know who that is, and I'm nerdy enough to know the actual guy's name. And I felt like, man, that Save Before Quitting page, they're fucking fake fans of, like, nerdy content. And I'm like, wait, that was me trying to make a joke.
That was you.
Shit.
I love how we tweet from that page sometimes as if it's not one of us tweeting from that page, but I think it's better that way.
To be fair, I feel like I do that on accident more than on purpose.
There was one time recently where you sent me a DM on Twitter and it was you. I answered to you, and then the answer to that was from the Save Before Quitting page.
Dude, it's because of the notifications all come up in the same spot.
And then when you click them, it immediately changes your account to the other one.
Instead of being like, are you sure you want to switch? Which it should do. I would like that instead. Twitter, fix yourself. It's like it's not our problem. Right? I'm just not paying attention.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was a fun day yesterday. And how's your week and weekend been? Sleepy, I guess, from the yawns.
I actually should not be sleepy. I not slept all day yesterday, but I rested a lot yesterday, more than I've rested in. What year is it? Exactly. So. And that was because I got my second vaccination shot.
Nice.
Friday. So everybody kept talking about, oh, that second shot, it's going to wipe you out, blah, 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 blah. So I'm already prepared. Everybody's hyping up like, all right, I'm prepared to have the flu tomorrow for a day.
Yeah.
The next day comes, and I wake, and keep in mind, I've been back in the gym too. So the last 4 days straight after work, I went to the gym. Mm-hmm. And then I got the shot Friday. After the shot, finished out work, still went to the gym.
Dedication.
Like, you know how it makes your arm all sore?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm doing, like, lightweight on this side, but still doing it. I'm like, no, I got to get back. I'm dedicated. Come on. Got to get back in the rhythm. And the next day I woke up, and I wasn't really flu. I didn't have any, like, stuffy nose, any kind of headache, any kind of congestion. But I had like these body aches, and I'm like, but I couldn't tell. I'm like, is this because I've worked out for 4 days straight, or is this from the shot? Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know where this pain is coming from, but I'm just gonna chill. And it wasn't like pain where like I couldn't function and stuff.
Yeah.
I was still like up and moving around, but you know, your body gets that heavy achiness.
Yep.
So like I'll be up and doing anything, and then I would immediately like, all right, let me wherever I was at, I'm like, let me be horizontal. I just wanted to be horizontal all day.
I feel that. I was the same way with mine, man. It was weird with me. It wasn't my first day. It was my second day. Like, well, no, it was the second day after the day after the second day, the third day. Jesus Christ. Fuck you, E3. You fucked me up.
Brains are fried.
It was the third day. But that day fucked me up for some reason. Like, I stayed home the first day after it because I was like, you know what, like, it's a good excuse to stay off from work, you know, like just chill at home and like relax a bit and like just regain some sort of mental capability to exist.
Right.
And then the next day I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have taken off yesterday because now they're gonna think this is fake, but I really feel like shit today. And I was like, well, hey guys, I'm not coming in. But it sucked, man. But hey, man, we're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm great now. I don't even have the aches anymore.
That was another thing that was weird. Not to bring it back to the Hershey Park, but bro, that place was fucking packed to the point where I was like, I've never seen an amusement park like this in my life. It was insane.
There's something about, I don't want to say something. This summer is exciting and scary, very scary at the same time, because you can tell people are like, fuck it, I will no longer stay in the house. It's summertime. It's packed everywhere. Like, and people are out like full force.
Like restaurants are like full capacity, and like don't get me wrong, like obviously cases are going down because people are getting vaccinated. You know, like it's getting better, but it's like it feels like instead of it just being like a gradual, like everyone get back to doing things, it's just like, oh, it's getting better. Everyone just go back to normal no matter what.
Right.
And then it was funny because like I was talking to Evan's parents at like the park yesterday, and they were saying it, and they said it pretty much exactly how I've been thinking it. It's like the normal that we used to know is now back, and now the normal feels weird as opposed to the weird that felt normal. And I was like, that is the most abysmal sentence because you're just saying variations of the same word, but it is exactly right. Like, and it's very strange. Accurate. Like you see people and you're like, did this person got it? This is like you're just like sketched out now, and you're like got a mask in your pocket the whole time. Like here's the thing, like I would love for mask culture to actually be a thing. Like I kind of dig it over in Japan where it's more like they wear masks if they're sick, just as out of respect for other people, because it's like they're in like Japan, their culture, it's more about like work. So it's like you just work all the time. Vacation really isn't really a thing. So like if you get someone else sick, you're ruining that person, and like they could lose their job, blah, 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 like X, Y, and Z. And I kind of like that mentality. Not so much the no vacation thing, but just like if you have like a cough or some shit or like a runny nose, fucking wear a mask in public and just be respectful of other people. Be like, yeah, I'm a little bit sick right now, but I still need to function and be an adult.
You want to do that anyway. Yeah. And I told people, like, yeah, I've got my shot and everything, and I'm vaccinated. Well, you know, you got to get that 2-week period. But as far as the shots go, I'm vaccinated now. But I'm keeping a mask on me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Certain places, like if I get on like a plane, I'm wearing a mask. If it's too closed in at this point, if y'all wanted to program me into that, you succeeded, because now I never want to have it off in certain places.
It's also weird, too, because it's like, if you think about what our normal was, we were gross people.
Very.
Like, fucking just doing whatever the hell we wanted, you know, like holding doors for people other like coughing in their hands and shit and opening doors, and then you would touch those doors. And like you always think about that, and you're like, yeah, it's a thing. I should probably wash my hands, but you're not like thinking about it like consciously. Now it's like at the forefront of your brain every single time it happens. Like, oh, I just opened a door for someone, I gotta use hand sanitizer.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's a good thing also. But also, I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. I play games and buy lightsabers.
That's some kind of doctor somewhere. That's
a doctor.
That's a doctor somewhere.
Hey man, I'm a doctor. You pay me the money for the doctor stuff.
Yeah, I want doctor money too. But I think it's weird now that it's not weird, but that's exactly my point. Like there's hand sanitizer everywhere. 3 steps, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
So now, like you said, now we seem super gross like it was before, because like this already why was this not normal?
Yeah. I want to take a moment too to say fuck the people that decide to make foam hand sanitizer, because the only hand sanitizer that I like is like the gel kind.
Yes,
that's the way. And like at Hershey yesterday, every single time I get foam hand sanitizer, I'm pissed. I hate it because it makes your hands like a weird sticky that's not sticky, but you feel like you just had like a piece of cotton candy and just like fucking rubbed your hands in it, and I hate it. So whenever I get it, just out of the disrespect that they gave me for choosing foam, I like my hands together and explode that shit everywhere. And I did that, and Evan looked at me and was like, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "That's what they get." I had to fucking explain it to him.
That's what they get.
Yeah, fuck you, Hershey, with your fucking foam ass hand sanitizer. That's bullshit.
I just imagine this big dude in a chocolate bar suit, like, listen, motherfucker. Like,
dude, I fucking hate their mascots, man. They are fucking nightmare fuel. It's like the creepiest face on like a Hershey bar that's like peeled back with the wrapper. Like, what the fuck are you? And then the Hershey Kiss is like a sexual female with like high heels.
It's a kiss.
Yeah, I get it, but like I'm not trying to like fuck a kiss, bro. Like it's like the green M&M. It wants to kiss you. Know? Like the green M&M.
They sexualize the shit out of the green M&M.
They do the same thing with the Hershey Kiss, and it's weird because then she's standing in the middle like tiny, and she's got the Hershey chocolate bar guy and the Reese's guy behind her.
You know what's going down.
Exactly. That's what it looks like. Enter the like the drum, like the fill from Pornhub.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, with drum solo?
You don't remember
No, I know what you're talking about now. Once you said
yeah.
Pornhub, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Pornhub community, bro. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's fucking annoying. Their fucking animatronics were terrifying on the fucking chocolate ride in the chocolate world.
Yeah.
They changed that, man.
I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I'm sure it's definitely changed since
Dude,
I've been
they
there.
made it so much worse. Like last time I went was like 2010 when I was in marching band. Yes, I know how that sounds. I was in drumline. Leave me alone. And like they had these
Chris Cannon over here.
I wish. I was gonna say, how you doing, Mariah Carey?
Hey.
But no, they had like these animatronic cows that like sang this song that was like a very good song, and it was like a furry cow. Like it was like it looked like an actual cow. Now it's like these hard fucking Chuck E. Cheese plastic looking cows, where like their mouth like goes into like the slot to like speak, because like that's how it works. And the song fucking sucks. And they added a TV screen to your fucking ride vehicle with some white bitch named Alex who's like, hello, this is how we make chocolate. And I'm like, kill yourself, please.
I'm the mascot of her.
Yeah. It's fucking abysmal. And then you get to the end, and normally they had this thing back when I was younger where it was like, it would show you the count of how many they made per day, right? It was like, oh yeah, we made like 4 million Hershey Kisses today. And it was like, oh, that's cool. And the count would just keep going. And like, you would like go on it again because, you get a free candy at the end.
Yeah.
And you would see it would go up because it's just constantly going up. Like, oh, that's cool. Got rid of it. And then instead they added like weird animatronics of the Reese's, Hershey's, and Kiss chick. And the Kiss one was fucking dumb because like, how like animatronic mouths are supposed to do this, right?
Yes.
Like a puppet. They didn't align the mouth onto that part. Because it was like an over top thing on top of the robot. So the mouth, which was like let's just, I don't know how to imitate lips. Let's just say my phone is the lips, right? Instead of it like closing, it was doing this.
Going in and out?
Yes, that was how she was talking. And it was fucking terrifying, and I hated it.
How does that work?
And then I drove home and listened to the Glorious Bastards podcast. #ad. Listen to them on all platforms.
Well, you had a hell of a day.
Hell yeah. And now I'm here. And we're talking games.
Start the show. Whole rest of this episode is going to be
Meanwhile,
about
we don't have a backdrop this show. Level up, and welcome back to another episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast.
Yeah.
As always, I am joined by my co-host.
I'm Ant.
And I am Chris. And you can follow us on all of our social media accounts at savebeforequitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. And then you can also go over to our YouTube page and follow and watch all of our cool videos that we have posted for any E3 content that you might have missed, any of our top fives, the recap podcast for about 3 of those, and then back with our Resident Evil gameplay. We are chipping away at that game.
Yeah.
Last time we played, we actually live streamed it. So that's the videos y'all are getting right now. If you missed that live stream, there's about like 2 or 3 more from that live stream that are coming out, and then we'll be playing on that a little bit more later as we go.
Word.
Taking our time with it. We got to hop back into a way out at some point too. I think. I don't know if I have videos left in the tank, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, E3 steered us way out of line with that stuff. But we're back now.
We're back.
We are back.
Speaking of being back, updates coming to the pod soon. Keep your eyes out and ears, mainly eyes. It's more of an eye type thing. Open eyes, close eyes. You see new things.
You heard them?
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that meant, but you heard them.
It's from a podcast, Dynamic Banter. They do like this foreign voice, like open eyes, close eyes. You'll see things, and then you'll do them. It's also the voice of my character from D&D that will. That's what I played this week, so we'll get into that in a second.
Man, you're on a fucking roll right now.
Sorry, I had a little bit of coffee, and it was really good.
I left mine in the fridge. I should have did that before we did the theme song so I can go get it. It's fine. No, keep going.
I mean, you want to, and then it's up to you.
No, I'm good. Come on.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yes, new things coming. If you pay attention to social media, you've seen a couple teases of that. If you're watching the video version of the podcast, here's another tease on my hand. I'm actually going to do it this week. CLD, don't call me out in the comments this time when I didn't do it last time.
I missed that.
Dude, I forget what it was, but it was like, I'm going to put an image up right here on my hand.
You didn't do it?
And then I was like, yeah, just call me out if I didn't do it. And then I didn't do it because I forgot I said it. And then he commented it, and I'm like, don't tell Aunt.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
It was like weeks ago, to be fair. It's fine. I'll come clean. I'm an honest person. But yeah, that's coming soon.
I don't blame you. There's certain, just behind the scenes even more, there are certain nights where we're both wiped out, and I'm just like, all right, it's all fucking uploaded. And then the next morning, Chris is like, where's the audio in the drive so I can make the YouTube? I'm like, fuck.
Hey, man. Shit happens. It's fine. I think it was 2 weeks ago you accidentally put up a previous week's episode instead of the actual episode.
Yeah, and I was like,
SoundCloud? Yeah, and then you're like, go download it on SoundCloud. I'm like, oh, I can do this. Cool. So that's a nice little
ace in the hole to have when I'm just asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, but that's coming soon with that new thing. You had to watch the video version and know what I'm talking about. Get wrecked, audio amigos. We love you still.
Some good stuff coming. Before we start this episode, we were doing some tinkering on some visual stuff. I thought I had all the equipment for it. I did not. We were missing one thing.
Yes.
One Piece.
One Piece, the anime.
There you go. I'm missing One Piece.
We have to watch all of One Piece.
So we'll see you in 3 years.
Yes. But that should be maybe done by next week, maybe in a week or two.
I'm going to try to just get it as soon as we finish.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Also, we are in the works, and I feel like we just say it flat out. We're in the works of a Patreon.
We are.
As we speak. We are currently trying to figure out the tier system. We tossed out a little poll that not many people responded to.
Jerks.
Which is fine.
Jerks.
Pretty much we would have maybe 2 tiers to start off with, just like nice little cheap ones. One that's probably like $1 to $3 where you can be like, hey, I just want to support. And at the end of our videos, we'll put your name as like, because you're a producer of the show and you're helping us out every month. It would just be a $3 a month type thing. You just throw us that. It's just a cup of coffee if you'd like to. It's never expected, but always appreciated.
Right. And it's literally, it's seriously going to improving the show. I know a lot of podcasts say that, but like we just talked about, we've been buying a whole lot of equipment and cords and ways to improve the show behind the scenes. So every dollar really is like recycled. Like we're putting it into buying and upgrading. Yeah.
And then we're working on doing a little bit of a higher tier if you'd like to pay a little bit more. Probably in like the $5 to $10 range. We're still figuring out the specifics of it. But in that one, you would obviously get all the shout-outs and the love from the first one. But at the end of every single month, you would get a piece of exclusive merch. We're probably thinking about doing pins. They would most likely end up being pins about games that we're talking about or like stuff along those lines. To the point where it's like, you know, it's that game, but we're not going to get sued. That type of thing. So like if you want the Triforce, but it's upside down, maybe we'll make that a pin. But here's the thing. If you just rotate it 180 degrees, it's actually the Triforce. But it's not when we advertise it.
Well, it would be the 3-force. We couldn't call it the Triforce.
We would call it like 3 triangles.
The 3 triangles of
love.
Well, there you go.
There you go. But yeah, you know, stuff like that. Probably one of like the actual Save Before Quitting logo and like stuff over the time. And then eventually a merch store, which you will get a coupon code for if you have different tiers. But eventually we'll add more tiers. It's not live right now. So we're not going to send a link or tell you to go somewhere, but just keep it in your heads that that's a thing we're going to end up doing.
And we're going to make it worth your while.
Yeah.
That goes along with all the things we're doing behind the scenes right now.
Yeah. And
so
if you have any suggestions of what you want on the Patreon or what type of stuff that you would like to have as bonuses, like an extra podcast per month or something like that, like a nice little like here you go, here's an extra podcast. We'll figure it out. Or even, I don't know, we were discussing a while back before big changes happened to the show, in which we would do Save Before Quitting After Dark, where we discuss things that are not games and more personal stuff, I guess. But if that's something y'all would be interested in, let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you would like the show to be if we gave you an extra bit of content.
Yeah.
Like, what do y'all want to hear? Do y'all want to just hear more game stuff? Because we got that all day.
Yeah.
Or
we can add an extra hour of just talking about specific game stuff.
Yeah, if you have it like a request, or do you want to just hear us talk about us as people, just ourselves, our lives, or talk about, I don't know. Let's all give Chris dating advice. There you go. That's a show.
Yeah. That's more than a show, man. That's a clinic.
The Chris Clinic.
Hate it. I don't want to make a logo for that.
Listen, and I joke because Chris clearly needs no dating advice. Look at him. Look at this. Look at my pretty boy. Look at tassel his hair. Sport. You see this? Ah, look at that.
You really just made yourself sound like a boomer when you said sport, just so you know.
I did it on purpose.
Okay, just want to make sure. But that'll be a nice TikTok for fuck's sake. But yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. Our ideas are basically just like the pin and stuff, because like that's like a cool like a monthly thing, and then you can create like a collection over time of like how you've supported the show, and it's kind of like getting on the ground floor of it. You get like build up that collection over time, and yeah, but we'll figure out pricing and stuff like that more along the lines later down the line. And then we have a merch store that'll probably also just be like a pin in the store that's like an always pin, t-shirt, gamer towel. We'll figure it out.
Cough, cough, gamer towel, cough.
Yeah, we need to do that. It's definitely still on my fault that we don't have that yet. But I'm busy working on this thing that I put up back on the screen. CLD, leave me alone if I forgot, please. Thank you.
But I hope you didn't forget.
I really hope I don't. Okay, Google. Remind me on Friday to edit in the picture that I'm talking about on the video version of the podcast. Okay.
But first you'll have to unlock your device.
Told you.
All right, edit in the picture that I'm talking about on the video version of the podcast. This will be for Friday. At what time?
I don't know, just like 4:00 p.m. or something.
Sorry, what time was it?
4:00 p.m.
Sure, I'll remind you on Friday at 4 p.m.
Thanks. All right, cool. So I'll remember it this time. And if I
Okay.
don't after that, then holy shit, I have to. What's the fruit that you eat for memory? Isn't that like a thing? There's like something that.
I'm sure there is. I don't know what it is.
I was thinking.
I know
bananas.
carrots are to improve your eyes.
I was thinking of carrots, and that's
That's not
definitely
memory,
eyes.
though. I don't know what
Bananas
the
don't
memory.
do nothing, right?
Huh?
Do bananas do anything?
I'm sure they do. I don't know.
I have no idea. All right, moving on from that. The reoccurring segment that we start every single podcast off with.
One day we're going to talk about video games, and I guess that's right now.
It's right now. What did we play this week?
So like I said, I was getting mad stuff ready behind the scenes for this podcast, and I really didn't play. Oh, wait.
This is always what happens. I didn't play. Oh, wait, I did play a thing.
Because technically it wasn't like... I put that Sonic DLC on Trenton's Minecraft.
Oh.
So like I had to run through that real quick just to see how it worked, because I don't play Minecraft. So even though like I'm trying to get to it and I download it, and then I'm really becoming that dad where I'm just like, all right, now show me how to make it do it so I can see it.
Jeez.
I don't play Minecraft at all. Like I don't navigate. I've never navigated any menus in that game. I've only seen him do it. So that's the rare occasion where I'm just like, he'll come to me and be like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, me neither. I don't fucking know.
Relatable.
You're right. I don't play Minecraft. But we ended up making our way through, and then we got it to work. So I kind of ran through that real quick. It's pretty cool what they can do in Minecraft.
Is it still like first person? Or
Obviously. Huh?
Is it still first person though? Because I didn't see any gameplay, but I just saw the picture you sent. Of
Yeah,
the
it's like first person and like right over your shoulder. You can kind of see like the front of the body and everything.
Okay, that's cool. I dig that.
But it's pretty cool. We could run through Green Hill Zone, and you could spin dash and go through it. It's a little weird. It's very much still Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. How do they do the loops and stuff? Like, is it like still blocks and stuff?
Yeah,
or is
so
it
it's like
smooth?
you're going in the loop, and it like it hits every block as it
Oh,
goes
that's
through.
cool. Okay, I was gonna say I thought they were just gonna say fuck it and like put curves in it.
No,
but
there's no curves.
That's cool,
But
I
it
dig
still
that.
works.
Yeah.
And other than that, that really might be it. I haven't played anything
I see.
other than that.
You downloaded 2 games too, right? Didn't you download Castlevania and Contra? You were talking about last week. You haven't touched them yet.
I touched them that day when I downloaded
Okay,
them.
that was it. Sheesh, dude. You see like all the retro like video game shit they're doing right now, like with like the Castlevania collection, where it's like this giant box set. Like there's so many right now they're selling.
Limited run games. They're
Yeah.
doing amazing things over there.
I was like looking at them. I'm like, do I pick this up? Like I've never played a Castlevania, but I love the anime. I know they're 2 different things, obviously, but like from how much I love the anime, I feel like I'd be a fan of like the game slightly as well. But I don't know.
If I had to tell someone who's never played Castlevania to play one, I'd say play Symphony of the Night, which you should be able to get on.
Sounds like a Transformers sequel.
It does. Did you see they put the
Yo!
sequel? I saw that and I was like, I hope Chris
That's
sees
in the
it.
news section, 100%. I forgot that was a thing. That's not even video game news, but holy shit, it might be though. Maybe.
Listen, just the title, I was like, I can't wait to talk about this.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. But yeah,
I'd say it's Symphony of the Night. It's retro, but the most modern feeling retro because it goes along with games like Hollow Knight and Dead Cell. Like it's one of those games where it's like you're just
never played those games.
all right. Well,
I know what Hollow Knight is because Anna has a plushie at her house. When we played VR, that's it.
this is not ASMR.
If it is, we're on Twitch. Topical jokes. Anyway,
Very topical jokes. Don't be licking shit over here.
I'm good. You did that last week.
Oh yeah.
Was fucking giving me shit for.
Listen,
Time the fuck out.
That's in the video.
It's in the video version. I think you cut it out of the podcast. Because I don't remember you licking my ears in the podcast when I
They're
re-listened to
gonna
it.
think I really licked your ears. Don't say it like that.
Well, no, like you literally licked your microphone, so that's how it feels like you're doing it.
Okay,
Like, that's
all
like
right.
the thing.
I just didn't want them to think there's
You
footage.
did push-ups that looked like, fucking...
I moved back immediately. Listen, like they're gonna think from the way you worded it that I literally licked your ears.
I don't know, because I had context prior where I said when I was listening to the podcast, I think you just got really scared about nothing.
I didn't lick Chris's ears.
But anyway...
All right. That's
yeah.
for all those women, those hot dates he has to do.
What dates, dude?
Listen, don't be modest. Okay? Got these ear lickers beating your door down to lick some
I just
Chris
forgot how
ears.
to drink for a second because of that. Don't be modest, for fuck's sake. Nah, man. I'm just a Ghostbuster, and I'm really good at my job.
Stop busting ghosts.
Busting makes me feel good.
busting. Listen,
It's a good remix.
it is. Symphony of the Night. Play it. It's dope.
I will try to check that out.
It's retro, but also keeping up with the Metroidvania games of today.
Gotcha. All right.
That's what they're all
I'll dig
based
it.
on.
I dig it. I'll try that out. As far as me for games, I played only 2 games this week, and they're very different. I think it was earlier in the week. If you looked at our Twitter, our video editor just really screwed up our video version of the podcast. And
Tell
because
me
he
about it.
forgot about it, do it entirely, because he was playing Sea of Thieves, and that's me.
It's important.
Takes off mask. It was me all along. But yeah, I dropped into Sea of Thieves with Yuki from Adulting Life. We hopped in there, and it was actually kind of funny because I was really, like, I said to her, like, one of us should be streaming right now, because she ran our boat into the dock and it got stuck, so we had to reload the whole entire world.
Okay.
It was that bad of like that, so I was like, oh fuck, whatever. And then we reloaded in. We went on a nice little treasure quest where you get like a map and like you both vote on it. You sail to the island that's on your map, and then you dig up the treasure, and there's
Okay.
like skeletons that spawn, which was a thing when I first played the game. I haven't played in a while. then like ghosts spawned of other pirates, and then also with the new DLC for Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, whichever you prefer. There's also like the like how there's the pirates that like sell their soul to Davy Jones, and they have like the weird like crab stuff and like different like looking abilities. There was like those people that spawned after the skeletons and ghosts, and then we finally got the gold and brought it back. After that, we found the chick, the Calypso chick,
Right.
and she had like a bunch of like trinkets and shit on her like little shack. And the first one was actually the start of the campaign, so we did the first mission. It was really fucking cool because we hopped on our ship after she talked for like a while. Calypso, not Nicole. We both were very quiet because it was like all this campaign and plot.
Right.
And she does like this thing where she pulls out like a little like baby toy ship out of like a briefcase and does like some magic over her fire, turning it green, and then makes this little toy float in the air through the fire. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of cool. Now what do we do? Because we're just standing there for a second. I look behind the chick, and there's these giant rocks, and in the middle is like a giant green portal shooting up in the sky and doing a spiral. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's what we do.
That would seem like the thing to do, right? Something like that.
So we sail into that, and it takes us like to a different world and shit, and we're like kind of like in the weird upside down thing that happens in the one movie. Where like you like die or like Davy Jones' locker type shit.
Okay, all right.
So we're like sailing there. We pass past a couple boats that have like wandering spirits. Like in the one scene where like Elizabeth's dad is on the boat because he's dead. And we finally get to this island, and we make our way through it. And there's like this like old voice, like if you've ever been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney, it's like dead men tell no tales, like, and it kept saying that over and over again in that same voice. And I was like, this is really cool. And you're like walking through, and you have to like get your lantern and like light some fires for this intro mission, and you just like kind of parkour your way through this cave and like try to get to the end. And then when you finally do, you get into like this giant, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a city of dead people, like ghosts pretty much.
Okay.
And you set this skull free that was like an old captain, and you like parkour around to get his body back. And then finally when you do, you hop onto this wanderer's ship. Or like I guess like the spirit farer, like he brings the spirits back to the real world if they aren't supposed to be dead yet. And we're like pretty much camping on his ship trying to be like, sneaky. And then Davy Jones shows up because we found Captain Jack in his brig. That's another thing I missed, but we found Captain Jack. He was very cool.
I'm glad this thing is good.
Yeah, it was really fun. And like we're on like this like ghost boat, and Captain Jack's like sword fighting at the front with like this giant like crab creature, and we're like shooting cannonballs at the Flying Dutchman ship that like keeps coming out of the water on each side.
They really thought this thing through.
And it was a really long fight, to be fair, like to the point where like we were like, are we doing something wrong? But I guess we just needed to hit the hell out of it because there was only two of us. We finally do it, and then I guess Jack got like captured or something. So now we have to play the second mission, which we have not yet. But it's been pretty fun so far. It's nice getting back into it because I definitely played at the beginning of it, and I loved it, but there wasn't much to do.
Right.
It was kind of like a No Man's Sky situation, except for you actually do have multiplayer. Like there's, if you want to play multiplayer, you can spawn into a world with multiple other ships. We didn't. We just stuck to our own, little world because I think it was her second time playing, and like because she only played the tutorial, and then my like probably fourth, but it's after like God knows how long, like almost like a year or so probably.
So, what are y'all playing this on Game Pass?
On Game Pass on PC for both of us.
Is it crossplay?
I think so.
If I got on my Xbox, I can play with you guys,
and we could get a bigger ship too. Because we have like a little baby boy ship that's meant for like just two people, and there's like maybe like 3 floors where it's like the main area, a little tiny under area where you pick your missions, and then like the under where it's like where all your cannonballs are. And you like can change what you look like. It's really cool too the way that they operate the guns, because you only get 5 shots depending on what gun you have. So like, if you have a pistol, you have 5 shots, then you're out. You have to run back to an ammo box and just hit F on it, and like you get your 5 bullets back. But like that's all you get. So like if you're on an island and like you need to use your gun sparingly and hope that you have a sword because you're like fighting.
I want to play with you guys.
Hell yeah.
I guess I never put it together. Like when y'all kept saying in the Discord that you were gonna play. I guess I'm used to y'all playing all these PC games, so for me, I'm never like, okay, I can't play that.
Yeah.
But then when I never put together and go, wait, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
I can play that.
It could be crossplay. I'm not 100% sure, and I can't like give a.
I feel like it has to be.
It should be.
By the time the listeners and watchers hear and see this episode, I would have found out.
Yeah,
and we may have even played by now. Who knows?
Hopefully, if not, then get it together, Xbox. Put it on crossplay. But that was really fun. I hope to play back with that soon. If it is crossplay, hopefully soon enough. Other than that, I actually started up a real life game that's not a video game this past Friday with a couple friends and listeners of the podcast as well. Started up a D&D campaign.
How's that going?
So here's the thing. This is my second time playing D&D technically, where I have my own character. Our boy Lucas is the DM, and he helped me set up my character. I am a half-elf monk who is a charlatan, and I have a lot of charisma, so I'm the one who talks us out of like situations, and none of the other people put charisma in their characters, which was very funny, because then when I chose my character, I was telling Lucas before anyone got there, because I showed up a little bit early to set up my character. I'm like, I kind of want to base my character around my like that foreign guy voice that I do, where it's like it's foreign enough where you can't tell where the person's from. Like, the best comparison, which I realized this after I watched an interview the other day, you know who Flula is?
Nope.
He's like this YouTuber. He's in the new Suicide Squad movie, actually. He's the character with like the staff and like the long blonde hair. He like talks extremely weird. Like very foreign, like just hello, how you do? Like kind of Tommy Wiseau like.
Okay.
If you took Tommy Wiseau and then gave him more of a foreign accent than he already has. So I was like, I pretty much want my character to
turn
be
his
that.
foreign meter off.
Yeah. And I just want to be that. And he's like, okay, cool, so we'll do that. And then I'm like sitting there, and I haven't made a name for my character yet. And we're sitting around doing like the role play sections. Trevor's like this, I think he's a dwarf, if I could remember right. And he's like, he's great in character. Like his role playing is 10 out of 10. And that's why I really wanted to show up for this one, because the first time I played with him, I was playing like a bard half orc, and he was just like with his little lute and like actually pretend like role playing like really well. This was the first time I met him too, so I was like very like, I don't know you. I don't want to be myself. And now I'm like, I know Trevor.
Who you are to know who I am.
Yeah, now I'm like, I know you, Trevor. I see what you're doing, and I want to match you or at least try to get to where you're at.
Right.
So I look at Lucas, I'm like, do I do this? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I write my name down. My character's name is Dorf. Dorf.
What made you go with Dorf?
I can't reveal that because the people that listen on the podcast will see what my plans are for it.
Right.
I'll tell you afterwards, which will be very cunning. But anyway, so yeah, his name is Dorf, and he talk like this, and explaining things like so, and you do not really know who I am, and just put like really stupid, like stupid fucking like like explain it. So I don't know. It's bad. I forget what the hell happened. Like we all like woke up in this new forest after we all were sleeping in a forest in separate locations. Like a fog like came in and brought us to this new world, and it's like this vampire world where this guy just brought us to use us as like play toys to like kill us, pretty much.
Like vampires do. Those bastards.
Pretty much. And fucking, they're all like blaming each other, like of like, oh, you're the reason that we're all here right now. And I'm like, listen, I come here, I am sleeping in forest, my eyes are closed, I open eyes, and now I'm in new forest. The trees and the fog, and we are going here, and why are we doing?
You're creepily good at this accent.
I like to do accents and voices. It's fun. But yeah, so we're just making our way through this world. It was really cool with this story. Like, I guess Lucas got this like giant box set for this story that's like actually like a book that you follow. And it came with like a tarot deck. And like we walked up to like this lady in a village that's like off to the side of this town, which is like downtrodden, I guess, from where the vampires are. And like we got a tarot reading of like what our campaign's gonna be like. So he would like flip a card and he'd be like, oh, this card, and he would like flip to the page and be like, this is what this means. And then once we get later on in the story, those cards will matter. So to be like, oh, this card means instead of this happening, this will happen. I was like, that is really fucking cool. And I was like, this is awesome, and I love it. But yeah, there was a lot of funny moments that happened. Like, we found like a letter on a dead body that was like mauled by wolves. And I was like, can I do like a check to see if like the vampires attacked it? And Luke's like, yeah, go for it. And I like roll and I get like a nat 20. And he's like, well, you can tell that it wasn't vampires, but like they were wolves. And I'm like, okay, well, can I tell that they did it on purpose? Or was this like a purposeful killing, or was it just like he was in the wrong place, wrong time?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, you could tell it was on purpose. It wasn't like a just random wolf
random
hunting for
occurrence.
food. So I'm like, okay, so can I explain this to them? And he's like, yeah, you can sure try. I'm like, okay. So you hear this man right here, he attacked by a wolf. You can see the teeth mark, like, they bite on the man. So you see the wolves, they hungry, they have empty belly. This belly, they need to fill. So you see this man, he has all meat. The meat no be fed in belly. So that mean the wolf do on purpose. You see what I say? And then Anna's character's like, I hate that I'm saying this, but he's got a good point. And I'm like, this is so much fun.
Anyone who has, for some reason, skipped to this part of the show,
Hello, I am Dorf.
in the audio version, of course, they are going to think I have fired you, Chris, and hired some foreign guy named Dorf to be my co-host.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, it's really fun. We only did the one session so far. It's just like 4 of us and then Lucas. And yeah, I just wanted to get into it because prior to pandemic, that's when I met like the whole friend group pretty much. Like, like right before it. And like we did like one D&D session at like this like game store that was like a local shop that allows you to have tables and stuff. And it was really fun, but then I never got the chance to come back. So I was just like, you know, shit's going on, I'm busy, and then also then pandemic, and then the store shut down, and then nobody else was able to play, and then I guess they played a couple times online, but I was not comfortable enough, and also lost my character sheet for my half-orc bard named Grundle. But, you know.
Was it spelled like Grundle is spelled?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I didn't know, it was the same situation as Dorf. Like, I didn't know what to call him. I'm like, Grundle. And like, you know, it was the same situation.
Got it.
But yeah, I was Grundle and now I'm Dorf. But we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated across the weeks of how our campaign is going, and we'll see how it goes. To be fair, it'll be fun. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's the best part.
Yeah. I have an idea of what I want to do with my character that worked out nice. Which, here, ready? I'm going to explain it to you real quick, just so you can have the excitement. You'll cut this part out, right? And then you'll show your, like, holy shit reaction afterwards. Okay, ready?
All right.
So my character's name is Dorf, spelled D-O-R-F.
Oh, man, that's written. I guess this is the part where I cut it back in.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I told Lucas this when he like walked me out to my car because I had to give him, I guess he had a level that he left at work, and I gave it to him because I forgot. And I was like, this is my thing. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, yes, this is going to happen. And if you're listening, which the only person I think that listens consistently is Anna, it's going to be a time.
That's
It worked out well, and I didn't do it on purpose, to be fair.
Yeah, you fell like ass backwards into that.
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen that you guys, the audio amigos, don't know.
It's really good. No, that's really good.
I hope you remember to cut this part out.
I'm going to cut it.
All right, cool.
Because we literally say it in here,
Yeah.
so I'll have to edit it right there.
All right. So, yeah, that's what I've played this week. It's a lot of different gaming situations. I'm feeling good about it. But, yeah.
Man, that's good stuff.
Hell yeah.
So
my phone's at 15% battery. All right. So now, the news section of the podcast.
So, motherfucking Cyberpunk is back on PlayStation.
Yup.
We said we'd never speak their names again.
Here we are, speaking
their names again.
Yeah, Cyberpunk put out a tweet about it, and they said, Cyberpunk's back in the PlayStation Store. You can play the game on PS4, Pro, and PlayStation 5. Additionally, a free next-gen upgrade will be available for all owners of the PS4 version in the second half of 2021. And then they did a subtweet. Users may continue to experience some performance issues with the PS4 edition while we continue to improve stability across all platforms.
Because of course you will.
PS4 Pro and PS5 versions of the game provide the best experience on PlayStation. Now, one thing that I thought was very funny is that they specifically said PS4 Pro. They didn't say just PlayStation 4. It's only PlayStation 4 Pro. So if you have any other version of the PlayStation 4, it's pretty much unplayable.
And then, if you want to play a good version, if you
It's
want to play a
pretty much
moderately
unplayable.
good version of the game, it's still fucked up.
Yeah. To be fair, I never finished that game. Like, it's funny because I'm actually at the exact same point in Ratchet that I am in Cyberpunk.
Where you can go finish it.
Yeah, where it's like, you get to the part where it's like, hey, you can come talk to me and we'll finish the game, pretty much. Like, straight up on both exact games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, still haven't finished either. So, there's that. Take that with what you will. Maybe I'll finish Cyberpunk first, and then I'll go back to Ratchet. I don't know.
Exciting times over there at the old CD Projekt Red. Oh man, the thing I sent you on Discord, that Avengers update.
Did I not read this, or did I?
No,
read it
because
and
you
I
responded
reacted?
to it.
I forget completely. My brain is mush after riding roller coasters.
Avengers had an update. Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation. Where it shows the user's IP address on screen.
I forgot about that, dude. They DDoSed so many streamers on Twitch.
Yo,
Wasn't their solution like, just don't play?
Somebody tweeted, Crystal Dynamics just doxed me, showing my IP address on stream in game, which got retweeted and said, yes, and a verified account can confirm Avengers is showing people's IP addresses on screen as of this patch. I can see my own. Then Marvel's Avengers, the official account, Play Avengers, were aware of the issue where a floating string of text appears on the screen and are investigating. Thank you for the reports. Now, I haven't heard an update of this. I haven't checked back in on that, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's such a fuck up.
I think they took the game down overnight and then fixed it, but it was one of those things where like they said, just don't play for now, which is abysmal because it's like there are streamers who use this as like their job, and like people come to watch them play this specific game, but now they can't play this game because their IP address is on screen. In my head, I was like, why not just like, this is just my creative problem solving, just in Streamlabs make a solid black box and just cover that part of the screen. I don't think that's going to change much.
Right. At least for now, you won't get a 16th of your screen.
Yeah. I understand the initial shock of I just showed my IP address to everybody who's watching me right now and doxed myself. But, I mean, solve the problem yourself because they ain't going to do it because they don't give a fuck.
There's a screenshot of someone playing as Black Widow.
Yeah.
And on the bottom, you can see the string of text, and it shows their IP address.
Yeah.
Anybody listening to the show, if you know how to get in contact with me, hit me up. I'll send you the picture and show you what this looks like. But it's nuts.
It's fucking bad, dude. I responded with Inspector Gadget with his hat spinning around saying, wowzers. But, yeah, man, that's bad.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how mad I am at this Rick and Morty Eternal Nightmare machine.
Oh, man. It's not a year old if people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's
a month ago.
It's a month ago?
Yeah, it came in a month ago.
Oh, my bad. All right,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I was looking at something different.
But like I mean, I missed it completely, but I forget where I saw it. It was like suggested to me or something. And it's like this, like, I guess this is 32-bit, I think, because it has like shadows and shit.
Yeah, it's about 32.
Yeah. So it's like 32-bit, like Rick and Morty side-scroller shooter.
It's like a brawler, yeah.
And it looks fucking amazing. And like, here's the thing. Cool. Like, you made a cool thing. Why is this not a game, bro?
Why hasn't anyone picked that up? If I was like that company who's making all that retro shit, Limited Run, if I was Limited Run, if I was Yacht Club, if I was Devolver, if I was any of those companies, I'd be like, I will pay you however much you want to make this.
Dude, people would fucking suck this game off
I
top
would.
and bottom. It looks so good, especially with how fucking good Rick and Morty is right now. Like, we just take a second to discuss how fucking good the first episode of this new season was.
Nintendo 69, man.
Right?
Tonight.
Like, it's so fucking good. Like, there's so many, like, minuscule details that you miss. Like, I had to watch a recap video to see all of the shit I missed.
It was a lot.
There was so much, man. Like, there was shit from, like, I think it was like the initial sketches of like Rick and Morty were like one of like the mirror dimensions. Like you could see that mirror dimension of them like living as the first sketch of them. And, like,
what? So now I gotta go watch it again.
dude, it's so good. I had to send you the breakdown video because it was so fucking good. And like the funny part is like you don't realize it at first. Like spoilers for the first episode. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube for free. Go watch it. The first time he goes through the portal, he meets the really nice old guy who helps him bring the wine in. I can't remember what the name is.
I don't remember his name either.
Let's just call him Bob. He meet Bob, and like the time goes faster in that universe as it does to ours. So he comes into our universe talking to Morty for like 10 seconds, and then when he goes back to his universe,
it's all dark and like, fucked up.
Yeah, it's like fucking how many years in the future his son's been born. And he comes like home and turns the chair around. His mom's just like a skeleton.
It was great.
And his wife is like, Bob's like, what the fuck? And then his son like kills him. And he's like, it was the man who came out of the portal. And when Morty comes back, like Bob
it's even later.
Him. Yeah, even later, Bob's like swole as fuck, attacks him. He still thinks it's Bob, but it's his kid. So Morty's like keeps calling him Bob the whole time because Morty's just so focused on just getting back to the girl. And he doesn't realize that it's a completely different person. Beats the shit out of the old version of the kid.
They have to watch it. Watch
it's
it.
so good.
Watch it. Y'all have to watch it.
But yeah, this animation is 10 out of 10. Squanch Games needs to work on this with someone like Devolver and get it made with some fucking company. I don't care who.
YouTube it. It's Rick and Morty in the Eternal Nightmare Machine. Yeah. It's the brawler I always wanted to play. It's something that I would jump on.
It looks so good, man. That was very fun to see this week and be very sad about. There was also the Sonic Symphony Orchestra stream that happened this week.
Man,
it was very good.
That hit me right here, man.
Like, I joined it during the band portion.
Ended up watching it like later on, just full on all the way through.
Yeah,
but
so good.
Just the beginning, it was giving me all the nostalgia. Like, oh man, like these songs are ingrained. I'm just humming and singing along to all of them.
We'll have a stream on Twitch where you just hum along and sing along to the symphony.
Don't, here I go. You already know. I'll do it.
Dude, it was very good. There was a bunch of live performances. There was an intermission in the middle. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like a really big thing.
It was good. It was official. I see why they made a big deal of it now.
Yeah.
Watching that initial Sonic stream when they were showing all the new stuff they were going to do, when they first said it, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's just nothing. Music, whatever. Who cares about music, right?
But they put way more into it than I assumed.
Yeah. Did they reveal anything in it, or was it just like a celebration?
No, it was just the celebration of the music.
That's cool. I like that, but I was always like, maybe I watched this to the end.
I thought maybe they said something too, but they didn't. But stuff's coming as far as Sega and Sonic goes.
True.
Oh, this was interesting. And it's Insomniac Games put up a post on Twitter saying that they are hiring. They said, we have 5 new job openings for a multiplayer project. Come join us and be a part of the PlayStation Studios family as we work on exciting things. What do you think this multiplayer project from Insomniac Games could be?
Co-op Spider-Man.
Honestly, I'd have to agree with you on co-op Spider-Man, whether it's Spider-Man 2 or... it would have to be Spider-Man 2
I think
it's
Spider-Man 2 in a way. See, I feel like they need to have that be co-op, but also... I want it so you don't have to play it as co-op too.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be mandatory. I think you just can.
But like the same, like it's one of those things where it's like if it is mandatory, it's like they got to operate it in the same way as A Way Out, and like It Takes Two, where it's like one person buys the game and not both people buy it. But like, dude, that'd be so much fucking fun. I know. What other things does Insomniac have that like do they have any properties that we know that would be good for multiplayer?
Unless they're going to bring back Sunset Overdrive, or they already did Ratchet. So unless they're about to give us some DLC and it's multiplayer, and you can play as Ratchet and what's girl Ratchet's name?
Girl Ratchet. Rivet.
I did not mean to offend any of our lady listeners.
Any of our listeners from Rivet's Dimension.
Yeah. Unless it's that, I don't know what else it could be.
I feel like it's got to be something new though too. Like even if it's just like a straight up new IP, that'd be cool too.
I'd be all
at
for
least
it.
this gives us like a new game is coming that is multiplayer no matter what it is. Like,
Oh, this is something that's always been rumored, because they've been rumored that they're going to bring Resistance back. So if they bring Resistance back, then I could see that being their multiplayer thing right there.
that could be good.
But it's been rumored a lot. Like, they've been putting out tweeting little clues out and everything. Like, they keep putting up old like art from the old Resistance games without explanation. They're just tweeting it.
Just for funsies, just to get people hyped.
So of course people are looking into it like, well, what the fuck? Why are y'all showing us this?
And then they post this job offer and they're like, wait.
Right.
I mean, hey, that could be it. That'd be pretty neat. We haven't had a Resistance game since when?
2011. Resistance 3 came out in 2011.
Damn. But yeah, that'd be cool. While I want it to be Spider-Man, it's fine if it's not. Anything that Insomniac makes as of this point, I feel like I'm just on board for, no matter what. Just because even if they've had stinkers in the past, they've just been consistently good.
Yeah, for sure.
The past, like, at least 5-10 years, in my opinion. So I'm on board and ready. After that, there was a little update for Ghost of Tsushima, maybe getting some DLC. Then Ghost of Ikishima.
Yeah, this is like
a new game.
It's a new game. It's similar to how Miles Morales is with Spider-Man or the Lost Legacy with Uncharted.
Gotcha. I definitely skipped that part and just read the headline of the article, like a mom reading a Facebook article. So yeah, looks like they're making like a little side game. That'd be cool to see how they would integrate the story of the actual Ghost, like, because you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, so I don't want to spoil anything. But pretty much, it's like a legend. Like, he turns into a legend by the end of the game. Like, he is the Ghost of Tsushima.
Got it.
So it'd be cool to see, like,
At this point, I don't care if you spoil it. I think
I feel like you need to fucking just play the game because it's so fucking gorgeous.
The statute of limitations is like, I've kind of missed my window to not get spoiled.
Just, if anything, like, it's a video game. So the way that video games work, you beat the bad guy. Let's just say the bad guys leave the island with, stories of the ghost and how they murdered their people when they were trying to take over Tsushima, and that like brings that like idea of Ghost to Ikishima, which I don't know where that is, but like I feel like that'd be very cool. Where it's like, because the Ghost is, I forget what his name is. Wow, but whatever the main character's name is, because I haven't played it in a while. Like he is the OG Ghost, but like his story is being brought to somewhere else, and then like some guy or somebody on the island of Ikishima or continent or wherever the hell it is hears that and then says, I could do that and like make his place better.
Okay.
That'd be pretty cool. I would like to see that type of thing. And then maybe even like a nice little cameo from the actual Ghost. Takes a boat over and just starts yeeting people's heads off.
I'm not mad at Ghosts becoming a series.
That'd be dope.
Now, when the original Ghost of Tsushima came out, it seemed like something that was like, all right, a nice standalone.
Yeah. It definitely can end where it is. Like, it's like, that's it.
But the reception it got and things I have seen of the game, like I wouldn't be mad at this at least going like 3 games.
Yeah.
Like 3 full games. Like not counting this side game. Like 3 full, like I could see them having like a nice little series.
I was very confused. They released that DLC for the multiplayer. I only played a little bit of it, but I loved it. Where it was like based on like legends and stuff like that and like demons and shit. And I could have even seen that as its own standalone game. Just like make that like a whole entire campaign that's like a multiplayer based in the same exact world. Like literally just copy pasta the fucking map and have like a 4-player multiplayer open world in this area where you guys all have to like come together and like do missions as like your respective like people and like take down these demons that are in the demon version, like the upside down of Tsushima, which would be so fucking sick. Do it, please.
Do it.
Yeah, man. It's a good series. Like if it ends here or if this is even just a DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, I would be fine with it. But I want more because it's such a gorgeous game and the gameplay is great. It's so fluid, and then you can choose how you want to be, which is nice.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So Ghost of Ikishima, they said it's aiming for a 2021 release, which got me to thinking because there's also a rumored state of play coming out. The rumored date is July 8th. I can't confirm that, but the date that's floating around is July 8th. So people were under in the comments saying, all right, Sony better put out their state of play because their show is already getting leaked. Because this is like kind of a banger. If they would have ended it with this is a big deal. Especially if it's aiming for 2021. Do you think this gets pushed?
I don't know, man. I feel like
we still haven't even gotten a date for Horizon.
True. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like we just have to assume games get pushed now, which it's sad.
But this could make it. I mean, they have all the assets for Ghost, especially if this is only an addition and not a sequel.
It'll get pushed. We're still, and it sucks to say, but it's like it's definitely all this shit's getting pushed because of COVID. Straight up, like while it's not the main issue, it's the underlying issue that at the end of the day, that's always going to be the reason why things are getting pushed back and like why things are getting pushed out because. People need to get money and they need it fast. And that's why Cyberpunk happened the way it did. They needed the money from it and they needed to get it out fast. And then now the industry's like, oh, fuck, we don't want to do that. Let's just keep pushing it back until it's actually ready. And also we can't fully work on it because we're not fully staffed in areas. So
yeah,
it's like it has to be assumed, but it's fine. It's fine. Just give me good games.
Please.
I'm to be fair, I still haven't finished Ratchet, so I can't say that I need it now. But yeah, man. I mean, I'd love to see a new Tsushima game, or at least something in the series. But other than that, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Yes.
The devs, they came out and they were talking about how they pretty much want you to play. They said that you're going to get the best experience on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Oh, wait, this is the Avatar game from E3.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
That's going to allow you to like have the most immersive experience with it. I guess that's what they're more along the lines going for. Because to be honest, like I feel like that's what you have to go for that. Like with the theme of Avatar in general, like from the first movie, it's like you want to be immersed in this new world. Like you're a human literally joining into this like new fucking... like continuity of people that you're not a part of. You have no idea, and you just have to blend in with them. Like being able to do that in this world, I guess they really want you to do that in the next gen world. But there is some more information about what the game could be and the gameplay could be like in this same article. They also spoke about making them more immersive by making it first person. So it is a first-person perspective that the transporting players completely to the world of Pandora is one of the game's key goals. It's a first-person game, he said. It's, to me, the most immersive way of playing, so we're really going all in on that vision of, remember the movie? Remember you wanted to go to Pandora?
No. Go on.
I mean, when it came out, yeah, but, like, not now. You didn't when you first saw it? It was fucking gorgeous, bro.
I'm an Avatar hater. I know what I am.
But now you can go to Pandora, and to do that, we need the best simulation of weather, rain, animals, and the best rendering, because the more technically excellent it is, the more capable it is taking you from where you are to into the world of Pandora. And that's from the game's, I believe, director from Johnson. His name is Johnson, or Nikolai Stevanov. That's just a random guy. The creative director is Magnus Johnson, who was talking about just play it on next gen.
Magnus Johnson should go into porn with a name like that.
And then Nikolai Stefanov was talking about the first person perspective. And then apparently Stefanov also talked about how it's going to have ray tracing, a new lighting system, volumetric clouds, and more. The game is able to achieve a much greater level of detail in the world, further contributing to that immersion factor. So they're really just going for, like, you are in this world, which makes me think this is 100% going to be in VR. In PSVR 2. And that might be the game they announce it with.
Is this only on PlayStation?
No. But I feel like that's the game that they like lead into PSVR 2 with.
All right.
They could definitely like, while it's not the main title, I think it's like, here's our main title that we're going in with PSVR 2. It would probably like Resi 8 or something, right? So you got that, and then they're also like, oh, by the way, also Avatar is as well.
Yeah.
And it's like a companion to just be like, add more salt to the fire. I don't know why you would put salt in fire, but
add more salt to the fire.
Add more salt to the steak that's on the fire.
That is some tasty fire.
I'm on top of things today. The coffee's
Aren't we
wearing
all?
off. Yeah.
EA had a thing last week where they were hinting that they were about to revive a fan favorite series next
Yes.
month. If you know us well at this point, you already know what we thought it was.
Yup.
I mean, because how could it not be Titanfall 3, right?
That's what we wanted.
How could it not be that? Until moments later, where it was confirmed that it's Dead Space. They're bringing back Dead Space.
I've never played Dead Space, but I know it's loved.
Yeah, people love it, and you know what? I'm willing to play that. That'd be probably something great to stream because it's spooky space stuff, a spooky action game.
Aren't they having like a show E3 or not E3 EA?
Yeah, yes, this month. I forgot the
Yeah.
date. I gotta look it up real quick.
But
But this is probably what we're gonna see. But
I feel like they use this as like this is our thing. This is what we're really here to show as a Trojan horse. And then when they're done showing this,
they're
that's when
gonna
we
have
get
the one more
Titanfall
thing?
3. I don't think it's gonna even be one more thing. They're not even gonna fucking like hype it up. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, here you go. Because that's EA with like fucking Titanfall because they know what they got. They got a big dick in their hand and they're ready to drop it.
I expect EA to show us Dead Space. They're definitely gonna show Apex, and they're definitely gonna show Star Wars shit.
I would love more Star Wars shit, man. I
Well-
want Battlefront 3.
I could see them coming out with that, but they've already pretty much confirmed. What's the game we were playing on YouTube? The game that I was playing on YouTube. That you got what?
I'm waiting for you to think if you know what it is.
I always forget it. I always forget the name of it for some reason.
Walking fast, Jedi Blast.
Jedi Fallen Order.
There you go.
2 is pretty much has been rumored forever now, so I think they're already working on that. I guess if they did one more thing, I could see it being that.
That could be cool. I don't know where that story goes, even though you didn't finish it.
I didn't.
And you didn't get to the oh shit moment. I don't know where they go from there. Because, like, they definitely, at the end of the game, do the whole thing where it's like, let's see where we go next. Like, nerd shit. Like, fucking ginger motherfucker. Like, it was some corny-ass line at the end where it's like, well, what do we do next? Like, and then fucking credits, like, fuck you.
Cheese. Straight up cheesy.
Yeah. So, I don't know what they do. Because, like, the time period that it ends, it's still like mid-Empire is in control type shit. The only thing I could see them doing is like maybe trying to integrate like the Mandalorian time period in, or like Luke Skywalker has defeated, Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader has now been Anakin again.
Right.
That type shit. Like that time period of Mando, just like bringing him into that, and then like, I don't know. That's all I can see, but at the same time, I don't know if I want it with him. Like, if anything, I'd want that actor to show up in Mando more than I want a game of him in that time period.
Right.
But that's just me. I do just want to play more Star Wars games as well. I want them to do a Battlefront 3 on the same type of system they're doing the Halo multiplayer, where it's like you can like create your own like character in the Halo multiplayer with like the armor and shit. Like I'd love that for like the fucking Star Wars universe, like for like the different clones and stuff. Like you can create your armor and like choose your helmet design and like your paint job and like fucking all that shit and your weapons and like your extremity. Like there's so many like different character flaws and like stuff you can put on your character to make you individual. And same thing goes with like stormtroopers and like stuff like that. Even though they're more like cut and dry because Empire,
Right?
But like that'd be so cool to be like, no, I'm gonna have this type of armor with these different shoulder pads because my character went to this place. But like, like role play the fuck out of it. I kind of want that for Battlefront 2, but at the same time they won't do that, which is fine. It's fine. Trust me. It's really not. But yeah, keep an eye out for that E3 thing. We'll probably live stream that.
Yeah.
Should be a fun time.
Yeah, we got to find the date out, because now I got to kind of put that into my
Let me double check our email as well. while
EA
you do
Play.
that. The EA Play.
There is one more thing that I wanted to get to with news before we get to emails, and that's I don't know how much people have been caught up on this whole Blue Box Games coming out with that game called Abandoned, but everybody thinks it's secretly a Hideo Kojima game and thinks it's Silent Hill. to the point where fans have like, where they came out again and doubled down in a tweet saying, "Hey, we are not in any way working with Hideo Kojima or not Konami." Hideo Kojima, pretty much saying we're our own indie company. We're just working with PlayStation, and we're going to put out an app with our game. But then fans are like, "Well, how? That's something different. Like, why would you get an app unless it's something? Why do you get that much leeway with PlayStation unless you're associated with this person?" And then the fans was like, "Show us your face so we know you're not actually Hideo Kojima," because they said the guy's name, which is foreign, translated in some way to Hideo. Because you know how Hideo Kojima always has this weird convoluted shit with him. So everybody's convinced. So then the guy puts his face out and is like, "Hey, we are not working with him. We're working on our own game. You guys will love it. Blah, 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 blah."
And now people are like, "Fuck that game."
No. And now people are just like, some people, but then a lot of people are just like, "Nah, fuck that. You're lying. You're actually Hideo somehow
You're
working
actually Hideo Kojima."
Right.
Pulls off Scooby-Doo. I would have gotten away with it too if we were even gamer nerds.
So then the guy comes out again the following week and says, "Hey, because they were supposed to put out a gameplay trailer." And everybody's like, "All right, this is when we're going to find out." The day he was supposed to put out the trailer, he puts another video out and he's like, "Hey, we got to delay the trailer till August. We sorry, we just want to make it, how the best way possible, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera."
We're sorry.
Yeah. So people are in the comments like, "This is bullshit. You're Hideo Kojima. Stop playing with us." And they're like,
"You're Hideo Kojima."
At this point, they're like, if you're not Hideo Kojima, then you're royally fucked now because you built this up so much and we wanted to see gameplay, and you were just riding the coattails of the drama, and you thought, like, well, if I'm in his shoes, I'm like, well, you put the drama. If I'm really not working with him,
there's no drama. People are creating drama because they want to. It's such a joke, bro. I don't know. I mean, August is when we have to wait for this now.
Yes,
you're really Hideo Kojima.
And people have been digging into all the. I don't know the specifics, but people have been finding like Silent Hills, like things in data and.
Man, the lengths that game people will go to prove that they're right. They're like, "Yes, this is actually what you're lying to us. The secret character of Smash Brothers is actually Hideo Kojima." Like fucking. They
to the point where their pinned tweet is, "We want to set things straight. We have no relations with Konami. Silent Hill is owned by Konami. We do not have any relations with Hideo Kojima. It was never our intention to tease the game as Silent Hill. We sincerely apologize."
Jesus Christ.
That's their pinned tweet. You would think their pinned tweet would be just information on the game.
Nope.
Or their studio.
Well, that sucks. I don't know, man. I feel like they might have just shot themselves in the foot. But like, is it even their fault? Like, that's the thing. It's like, did they make it seem like it was Silent Hill? Like, or is it just that it has Silent Hill vibes?
I don't know, man. This has been so convoluted. I've been following it like a soap opera.
Jesus.
But
there's no resolution.
I think Hideo follows them, though. Like, it's weird. There's signs where it's like, "All right, leave these people alone." But then there's signs like, this really might be Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like conspiracy theory bullshit, where like people are like, "This can't be true, but it has to be true. It's actually him all along, please." But also, like, if it's not, that's kind of good, doesn't it? Isn't it? Like, you get a good game from these guys, and then you also get a Hideo Kojima game at some point as well. Like, you're just getting more games in retrospect.
Listen, man, at this point, it's kind of hard for them because if Hideo Kojima is in fact not related at all with this Blue Box Game Studios game, do you know how good this game has to be now for people to be like, okay, all's forgiven?
I don't know.
Just with how fickle the fans are. Like, it's not their fault. With how people are, especially in the Twitterverse, talking about video games and stuff.
I feel like that's just on those people, though. No offense to those people, but like, y'all are just hyping yourselves up for something that ain't actually a thing. Like, you're making a big deal out of nothing, literally. Like, there's like coincidences and whatnot. Watch like in a week from now, we're like talking all this shit, and then like they actually are like, yeah, we're actually Hideo Kojima, bro.
We are Hideo Kojima.
Like, it's just like a clone factory of fucking Hideo Kojima, just like, yes, we've done it. We've tricked you all. They're not Hideo Kojima. They are the entity known as Hideo Kojima. But
and even more so, there was some Silent Hill merch release, like put out for pre-order recently, and everybody's like, Silent Hill's putting something out. It is a skateboard. Now, people have been waiting for Silent Hill because clearly it's been rumored to death, right? So when they saw this, everybody was like, "What? When was the last Silent Hill game?" And then when they show their head, it's like, here's a skateboard from Konami with Silent Hill on it. So people are reading into that. Like, what's the odds of this? Why is this coming out? There must be some Silent Hill shit coming out.
There's going to be a skateboard in this game. That's why they had to take... What if... No, here's my thought. What if somehow in that gameplay trailer, there was a skateboard involved, actually? Like, and they had to then remove from the gameplay trailer the skateboard because Silent Hill did that. And, like, that was just bad timing on their part. Like, Silent Hill's like, oh, yeah, here's, like, some shitty fucking merch for you of a skateboard. And then, like, they're like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, we're literally hammering this home that we're not Hideo Kojima. We're not associated with Konami. And y'all are gonna literally do this when the main thing in our gameplay trailer is a skateboard. Like that makes me think that that's the thing, more along the lines. And that's the funny part to me, is just them being like, fuck! Like, what the hell, guys?
A dude just barges into the Blue Box Office studios like, hey, we gotta nix the skateboard. Get the skateboard out of there. Come on, everybody.
What do you mean? It's the whole trailer. He literally uses the skateboard as a weapon. What do you mean? Change it.
Superimpose a metal pipe or something in his hand. It's not a skate. He rides the skateboard to the side. He rides the pipe.
He rides the pipe like Chris rides the wood at the skate park, and Ant eats some shit. What was the shit thing?
Shit sprayed on me or something?
Shit sprays. Jesus, full circle. Fucking A.
Next to skateboard.
That's gotta be what their office is like, honestly. Dude, even if it wasn't that too, like imagine if it was just like there was a skateboard in a singular scheme. The word is scene. Thank you. There was a skateboard just in one scene, not even used, just there. Yeah. And then that's what would happen. The Silent Hill people would be like, oh my god, there was a skateboard of 2 frames in this trailer, and then they just released 2 skateboard decks. Holy shit. Like, it's them.
What if it comes out and it's like, you saw the skateboard. You've seen the drama. Now he gives you like Konami, like, it was Konami. It's just like Hideo, like, it's like Tony Hawk 6. Has nothing to do with either thing.
Hell yeah, Tony Hawk Underground. Give me it. Spooky Tony Hawk Underground.
Listen, like Halloween. That might be better.
Hell yeah. But yeah.
So I wish we had time. I could go through all of the little research that everyone is doing for this.
It's insane.
But it's nuts. Just search abandoned Blue Box Studio Games or Silent Hill on Twitter right now, and you'll find just a breadcrumb trail.
It's a treasure trove of, oh my god, relax.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yeah, as far as emails go this week, we've only received 1. Nobody else sent their top 5s this week, which is fine for me, 3. We went over that in depth last week on last week's podcast with the live chat with a couple people. One of those people that was there and gave us his top 5 sent us an email. That email specifically says, let me open my phone. That's not what it says. Why would I? Anyway. The header is, talk about Pokemon Unite. There actually is a body. I thought there was no body. Thoughts on Pokemon Unite based off the gameplay from the betas? Says Ryan, the Pokemon boy. Now here's the thing. We watched it before we started recording.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was dunking involved.
Yeah, we watched the cinematic trailer that led into the gameplay, and then I've seen some gameplay off to the side as well, and that's pretty much all you really need to see from it. It gives you pretty much the gist of it. You don't need to watch like a full fucking beta game of it. Like I'll be like 20-30 minutes because of the way it is. If you don't know what Pokemon Unite is, it pretty much is, imagine like a League of Legends type game, nice little MOBA, but you're based around Pokemon. It looks like it's like a team of 5. You start on each side, obviously, and you make your way down your 3 lanes, trying to get to the other side. While doing so, if you are a Pokemon that can evolve, you can do that over time by getting experience. You can go to like different areas on the map, similar to like League, where there's like I think in the trailer there was a Machamp like that was just chilling there,
right?
And you can like kick his ass and catch him. And I don't know if he becomes like a helper, because like in most MOBAs they have like the little like dudes, like little army dudes that follow you as you go up the lanes, and then they fight each other while you're fighting. Maybe that's the case, but that's probably how you level up your characters. That lets you evolve to get to more moves and whatnot, and you have to get to the other side, and it looks like dunk a basketball.
I had no idea that was part of this.
It looks like that. To be fair, we probably could have watched actual gameplay, but as far as it looks like fun.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't. Because I don't like those games, because I can never fucking tell what's happening.
It looks, honestly, I'm not a big player of those kind of games either, but it looks fine. Like, if I were to play one of these games, I guess I'd play this game because I'm familiar with the characters.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how familiar you are, because it's a lot of not first gen.
Well, I'm familiar with Pokemon, the idea of Pokemon.
The idea of Pokemon.
Yes, I know what Pokemon is. It looks fine, but I personally am not running to play that game.
Yeah.
Like if I was in the vicinity of that game, I'd play it, but I don't think I'd buy it, or I'd wait till it was like on sale or something.
Yeah.
It couldn't be. If that's a $60 game, there's no way I'm buying that.
Yeah, that'd be insane for me if that was a $60 game. Like, we didn't look at the price or anything, to be fair. We're literally just like watch the trailer to see the gameplay, because that's all we really cared about. If it runs off of other MOBA type models where it's like, because it looks like there's skins you can get in game too for like your Pokemon. Like there was like a Snorlax, and he was wearing like an inner tube, like he was at the beach or something, which was kind of cute. And like, if it's that way, that means that you might have to end up paying for skins additionally, which makes me think the game might be cheap, and then they make their money off of, you know, like in-game purchases that are all cosmetic. Obviously nothing's like, you know, pay to win with that shit.
Right.
It's like Overwatch type stuff. I mean, to be fair, Overwatch is kind of a MOBA. It's just a first-person shooter version. But like, it's one of those games where it's like, I like the idea of it. I just hate when they do the execution the way they do with the trailers, because like they always do this, and like we called it like 4 fucking times at E3.
It's free to start.
Free to start. What does that mean?
That probably means that you can play it, but there'll be other.
It's free to start the game, but then to hit the start button, it costs $40. But
Pokemon Unite is the first strategic MOBA game for the franchise. It'll be free to start. It will be a free-to-start title released in July 2020. Oh, that didn't give me any information that we already knew. I'm assuming there's just...
Maybe there's just in-game purchases, like a shit ton. Which is fine. I would be cool if they did it off the Battle Pass model, and there was like, you know, like emotes and like different skins and like sprays you could do.
Gamers won't need to spend any money to get started, but there will likely be plenty of ways to spend money on microtransactions as they play.
All right. To be fair, then if that's the case, and
that's a different story now.
Yeah. That's the case. I don't know if it's a day one for me.
Yeah, I'm not like amped to run and play.
Yeah,
but
it might be a day one in the sense that the person that sent this email, I live with him, and he will tell me to download it day one and play with him.
See, if someone were to be like, "Yo, we're all playing, come play," then yes, I'll play based on the community of people playing.
Yeah. Maybe we get a group together and we all play. If it's a free-to-play game and we do that, we'll try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll stream it to Twitch. because everyone and their mother's not doing that probably on the day that it comes out.
Right.
But it also comes to mobile too, which makes me interested to see if you can connect your account in any way, and where it's like cross leveling.
Right.
That'd be really cool. I still want them to do that with Overwatch. I feel like if they were to do that, then they'd be like kind of like slap in the face of Overwatch would be a good idea. Even with Overwatch just getting crossplay right now, they still don't have cross. I don't know how you explain it, like cross experience, I guess.
Cross save, cross.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Cross progression.
Cross progression is what I was looking for. Yes, they don't have that, so it's really annoying because like I started on PC with Overwatch. And then my friends all played on PS4, so I had to get that version of the game. Right. So now my PS4 version has like all these skins over here, but I have different skins on my PC version. So like if I could cross progress them together and just like merge those two accounts into one, that'd be great. But I obviously that's going to be hell for the Overwatch team to do, most likely.
Right.
If Pokemon Unite starts that off where it's like, okay, here's the Switch version that's for free. Then the mobile version, I think, comes out a month later in August. If you can take your data from the Switch version, link your account, and bring that to your mobile version, and there's cross progression where you can play on both screens or like go between the two, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Probably not.
I don't know why. It would be in their best interest to do that.
I feel like they set themselves up to do it with that too. Like you give people like a month or two to experience it on this like the handheld Nintendo Switch. With like very much probably better graphics than your phone. And then once you release that mobile version, you're getting all those new people that, you know, want to play it on their phone for free, but you have the people on the Switch that can just bring their stuff over and you can go back and forth and just like, oh yeah, I got this skin while I was playing on my phone. I want to play on the Switch now, and then you have it there too. Right. Like that would be ideal. But I don't have high hopes for that. That's why I'm slightly worried, because if it were me, I like the idea of playing it on Switch, but here's the thing. I work in a cubicle, you know? This is like a MOBA type game where I can kind of like let it almost like autoplay, like just tap where I want my person to go. Obviously, there's a little bit more in depth with that, you know, where like you have to do certain moves and whatnot, but like playing that in my cubicle, like on some downtime just for like 10, 15 minutes, I feel like that'd be pretty like chill, like a good time. But if I can't do those and like cross progress, I'm not going to want to play it on Switch because then I'm going to get more shit on mobile. Of course. And then I'm not going to want to play it on mobile because I have more shit on Switch. Like, you know, it's a double-edged sword. They got to
do it. It's definitely in their best interest to do cross progression.
But I think it's a good game to have in the meantime while we wait for the two remakes of Diamond and Pearl. That's going to be fun when those come out. I will 100% be playing those day one. I have it pre-ordered already at GameStop. And then Arceus. It's like we have like this nice appetizer. This is the appetizer of like, you know, like breadsticks and like your salad. And then you get like the actual appetizer. You get like mozzarella sticks, which is like the remakes and shit. And then you get your fucking entree with Arceus or Arceus or however the hell the fuck you say it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. Pokemon's on fire right now when it comes to either Pokemon cards. They just announced their new 25-year anniversary set, which is like insane. Like there's so much stuff from it. Ryan was sending me like pictures of like the box sets, and he's like, why do I want all of these? And I'm like, because you want them, and it's like a celebration set, so like that's cool. And he's like, yeah, but I want them all. And I'm like, well, now here's the thing. You want them all, but you also want two of each thing because you want them minty because they look so nice. He's like, fuck you, you're right. And I'm like, hey man,
it's okay to admit you have a problem.
Yeah. I bought a lightsaber last week and it came in and it was great. Did I send you a video of that or no?
No, you said in the chat, the group chat, that you would send. I don't think you sent it yet though.
That was the one that I sent you the review of it, right though? Where it was like did I not send you this?
Did you put it in the group with all of us?
I think so, but I don't know if you remember it. So, quick story about prior to Amazon Prime Day. I see a Kylo Ren lightsaber on Target.com for 50% off. And I'm like, that's pretty good. And I'm like debating it. I'm like, you know what? I'll pull the trigger on it. Cool. Buy it. Well, I didn't do that right away, actually. I looked at the reviews. So I scrolled the reviews. You know, it's like varying. I see a 5-star review. Let me pull up the picture of it so I can read the specifics of what this man said about this lightsaber. Would it be in my camera? No, it would be in my screenshots. Here it is. All right, so there it is. I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 is how much it was. Pretty good price. 50% off, right? So the review's title is cool. 5 out of 5 stars from Big Joe. Verified purchase, by the way. It has the verified. Works
look at
great.
you, Big Joe.
Yeah, works great. Awesome having a red glowing light with sound in my butt. Very bright and an hour of fun. And that's on Target's website as a verified purchase. 5 stars.
All right, there's like the contrast in this is amazing. Okay. So, and he also got 4 likes and 2 dislikes. But right below that, the review is defective 1 star.
So I guess it didn't glow in his butt.
It only works if you put it in your ass.
Yeah.
Clearly. Get to that. Get with it, Chris, when you get home.
Oh, man.
Let us know how it works in your butt.
No. But yeah, it's very nice. And it's like 15 fucking pounds, dude, without the blades in it. Like, you can take the blades out and it's like fucking heavy.
Oh, shit.
Like, hell yeah. But yeah, I have that and I just got the Mando helmet. I'm fucking Star Wars and out. I just 3D printed.
You're getting ready for EA Play.
Yeah, dude. literally, we're gonna get live to stream it. I'm just gonna have like my Darth Maul lightsaber in this hand, my fucking Kylo saber with my Mando bucket on. Just like, fuck me up, EA.
And it's they just come out with a good ass CGI looking opening, and it's a MOBA game, Star Wars MOBA game.
No, it's gonna be like, you guys like Fallout Shelter? Well, here comes Star Wars DC to DLC to fucking Fallout Shelter. Go fuck yourselves. And then I'm gonna jump off a cliff. But yeah,
let's hope EA doesn't make Chris jump off a cliff.
Yeah, bring back Titanfall 3, man. Titanfall 3 really needs to happen, or just something new in the Titanfall universe besides Apex.
Just tease it. It doesn't even have to be gameplay, because Apex is still huge right now, moving. You could just show a Titan, then put just the number 3, and you're like, you don't have to give me a year. It could come out in 2024.
You
I
could
just
use
know
Comic
that it's
Sans for that 3. I don't give a fuck. Just show the number 3.
That shit could come out years from now. I'm like, all right, but I know it's coming. I know you're working on it.
But yeah. That has been another episode, normal length as always.
Right.
You thought it was going to be short, but fuck that. Of Save Before Quitting podcast.
We can't shut up.
You can reach out to us and shoot us your questions, because we're actually all out right now. Shoot us an email at savebeforequitting, fully spelled out, to send your questions, what you want us to talk about. Also, send in that email what you want from our Patreon when it goes live. That'll probably go live the same time as this thing, which I remembered to put in. And then also...
3 times you have to remember to put it there.
And also when we become crispy.
You'll know what that means soon enough.
Yeah. Let us know what you would like, how much you'd be willing to support us. Or if you aren't, let us know as well. And what would make you want to.
Right.
Because, hey, we're not saying do the thing, but if you would do the thing for a different thing, tell us the thing.
Please.
So, yeah.
Things.
Do that on our email, savebeforequitting, fully spell it out, at gmail.com. Also, if you don't feel like doing it there, you can reach out to us on social media. It's everywhere at save the letter B, the number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch.
There you go.
I had a brain fart and TITT. And then the last part of that, which is YouTube, titty. Follow our videos. Currently, we have a new Resident Evil video out this week, and then I have to figure out if we still have a way out. If not, then we will be most likely be playing live on Twitch. Follow our Twitch so that you can watch us play live as 2 white men escaping from prison.
Gotta love it.
Yes. Do you remember your character's name?
No.
Neither do I.
I am white man escaping from prison with my fellow white man
I am white
Jones.
man 1 and you are white man 2. We are here doing white man things. Remember when we hammered that wood?
I do remember us hammering that wood.
Yeah, that was literally like one part. I was like, this is a joke. Anyway, here's the thing. I want to get through that game because I really want to play It Takes Two.
Yeah, every time I hear about It Takes Two, it's just like, this game is amazing. It's just a triumph over... They already put out word that the next game they're making is still the same type. That's like their thing.
Yeah, and I love it because it's really great. Like, in the funny, I've been watching like gameplay and like playthroughs of that from like I've been following. Her name's Lily Pichu, and she plays with her boyfriend Michael, and they're just Michael Reeves, the guy that made the fucking the robot piss beer. And like he made like all the like the sciencey videos, the surgery robot.
Oh, the thing you guys showed me.
Yeah. That guy. Those two.
That guy's
date.
a genius.
Yeah, those two date because they live in the same house and like they play the game together, and it's just like chaos to the point chaos.
Shit.
Where you can't tell what's happening in the actual like game. So I love it because it's like I don't know what the plot is because they're just being so fucking like edgy about it. Like there's a part where the dude character has nails that he's like throwing magically and like he can like return them to him and the woman character can like spin around them and like get up on certain places and he's just like throwing the nails and like pulling them out so she falls and dies over and over again. And like he's like you can like spam click the nails to shoot super fast into her. He's like nailing her to the ground and she's like Michael stop, and he's just like staring at the camera like clicking really fast. But yeah, it's funny, and I love it, and I really want to play that game because it looks like a great time.
Yeah.
And fuck the Oscars.
Fuck the Oscars.
And yeah, before you fuck the Oscars, make sure that you always
Save before quitting.
Doses.
Peace.
Cool.